Hi guys, welcome back to the channel Machining with Joe, a channel where I share with you guys my journey as a beginner machinist. So we're going to be carrying on straight on from where we left last week, and that is, we're carrying on with the quick change tool post. So last week I just showed you a quick design on Fusion 360 of how I want to actually make this quick change tool post, and after that we basically prepared our stock, squared it all up and scribed out our machine marks of where we're going to be machining this. So I'm going to be carrying on with that today. I'm going to want to get the hole drilled out and bored to size, and we'll make a start on the dovetails. If we get to that point in this video, I'll be really happy, and then maybe next week's video we'll finish off the dovetails and then just drill and bore out the piston, so this block should then all be pretty much finished. So let's head over to the mill and start drilling this beast out. We've got our work then over on the milling machine, and right now I've got a lot of drilling ahead of me. So what I want to be able to get done first is I need to centre drill this and then drill it out all the way to a 12.5mm hole going all the way through this block. After I've got to that point, I can then open up that 12.5mm hole all the way up to a 40mm. So, where's it gone? The biggest drill bit I've got in my workshop is 30mm. So I'm going to be able to use that to get rid of most of the material, but it's not going to get me all the way there. So once I've bored this out to 30mm, just doing a bit of show and tell here, that's where my boring head comes in. So I'm going to chuck this up into the mill, and then we can bore out that last 10mm. So I'm going to crack on with this, because like I just said, it's going to be a lot of drilling, a lot of messing around, and I want to start making some chips. So better get on with that. Now I've got my through hole all the way through this block, which is brilliant. No real issues with that. So the next thing we need to do is we need to start boring out for this 40mm hole that's going to be in here. So the 40mm hole is going to go down 55mm deep. So to do so, I've got a set of these drills here which go up in gradual increments. We sort of start off down at 14, 16, 17 and get all the way up to 25mm. And once I've got to that point, I'll have to swap out for the big 30mm beast, which is on an MT3 taper. But to begin with, let's start off with this 14mm, and I'll show you how I'm going to go about this. So with that in there, using the DRO that's attached to my quill, I'm just going to use this sacrificial ruler, come down until I just touch off on that ruler, which is there, and I'm going to zero that out now. So now I've got a zero position of where to start drilling. All that I really need to do now is just carry on going until I hit 55 on the DRO. Once I've done that, I'm just going to have to go through and swap all these drill bits out as I go. So another tedious but yet fairly easy process when it comes to this, because drilling is a good way of removing a lot of material and a quite easy function. So I'm going to get on with that, and I think I'm going to come back when we get to the slightly more exciting larger drill bits where there might be a bit of drama going through this little machine. So got to say, that went pretty well. No real dramas. But now the fun begins. In here we've got a 25mm bored hole, and this beast here is a 30mm drill bit. So to put things in perspective how big this drill bit actually is, in my hand here, this is a 20mm drill bit. Look at the size difference. That thing's a monster. No, I'm just kidding. That's a 3mm drill bit. But this drill is an absolute beast compared to my hand, the flute's about the same sort of length as my hand. So it's going to be interesting to see how this goes. I'm going to be running the machine really slow, plenty of cutting oil on there, and hopefully we get no major dramas. This will be the biggest drill bit I've ever used on the mill, so it's going to be interesting to see how this thing handles it. Jesus! That's some decent chips. Boing, boing, boing. After a lot of messing around then on the mill, it actually dawned on me that a boring bar isn't probably the right tool for this job. So after breaking a fair few inserts, I finally realised that a boring bar is actually probably better for boring out through holes. As with this quick change tool post, I want to bore out to a shoulder. I don't think the boring bar is completely right. So I've moved over to the lathe, and I'll show you the setup that I've got going now to true this up and get this all on centre line. I've got this machined piece of steel which I know to be fairly true, which fits pretty perfect into the bore of this hole where we drilled it out to 30mm. So basically what I've done is I've referenced off of that bar supporting the other end of my tailstock and just gone round on my 4-jaw chuck until everything's running true. So it's took me probably 15-20 minutes to set this up, but going off this reading now, that hole is bang on centre line. So I can start to bore this out. Again, this is a 30mm hole and I need to bore this out to 40mm. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to take the sort of depths of cut as I go, and then towards the end start to finish up the inner part of this shoulder. So that's where we're at now. Better get on with that because it's going to probably take a little bit of time. About halfway there now with the boring process, and we're just under 35mm, so I've got another 5mm or so to go. I think once the hole's all bored out, I can then almost try facing off that inner shoulder to give quite a nice 90° in there, because at the minute we've still got the 118° taper left from the drill, so it'd be nice to square all that up. Coming up to our final pass now then, and I'm just using the lathe under power feed to get a really good final surface finish. The constant feed rate on this lathe makes getting a surface finish really good, really easy, so I'm going to use that to its advantage. I'm hoping after this final pass now that should give our internal diameter of 40mm. This is actually the first bit of sort of internal boring to this scale I've done, and touch wood, so far things have gone fairly okay, no real dramas. I think the real drama, if it's going to happen, is going to be when I turn that inner shoulder, but we'll see how I'm going to do that. Hopefully it's just going to be like a basic facing operation, but we should find out in a minute. So just off camera you can see down here I set myself up a little stop with my DTI gauge. That way I know every time I'm coming to the same point inside that bore, because something where I'm sort of new to this I've found a little bit difficult is to sort of gauge how deep I'm going while I can't actually see inside that hole that well. So that DTI gauge has helped out really well. So not too far to go now. Coming up to the last few mil of travel now before I've got to stop this and back it off. And there we are. Oh, a lot of chip collection there. Didn't have to be super accurate then this hole, just near enough 40mm would have been nice. So let's see what we've got. So roughly we've got 40.13. So pretty close to what we wanted to go for. So like I just said, the next thing now to do is to face this off inside there and get a nice 90 degree. So I think I'm going to crack on with that, and when we come back we'll look at the final piece and evaluate what we're going to be doing next. So I'm actually really happy with how that turned out. See if we can get a good shot in there for you. So I've got a really nice opening now with a really solid shoulder in there. So that's going to be perfect for what we need. And if we just quickly look at the dimensions, as these are sort of the final dimensions now, I won't be doing any more machining in here. The overall diameter 40.3, and the depth I was aiming for 55mm, but I think probably with an error with the drilling and shouldering we're a bit shy of that. We're 52mm. So it's not the end of the world, because all the parts I'm making are custom parts, so I'll just calculate for that slight difference when I make the cam part, which, going off the 3D part, that's this part. So obviously at the minute there's quite a large gap there. Originally I calculated it as a 60mm hole, amended that to 55mm, because basically what I want to do is I want to bore a sort of circular part into this, which I can use as a reference on the top slide, or on the compound rest should I say. So it's going to be a little bit like a bossed flange, a little bit like the Walco WM180's got, just on a slightly larger scale. So all the boring's done now on that really. Next thing I think I want to move on to is doing these dovetails. So hopefully in this video I'm going to get probably the milling part of this done. So I'll mill this down to close to final dimensions, and then once that's done we'll probably come back next week and cut the dovetails themselves. So going to head back over to the mill now, set this all up and get cutting with a miller. Over on the mill then, I've now set the depth for which I want the end mill to be cutting, and I'm just basically going to start hocking away at this material, removing as much as I can, getting as close to the scribe lines as I can. Currently at the minute I'm going to run a 1mm depth of cut, and we'll see how that goes in this material. I'm running this with a 12mm carbide roughing end mill, and the finish is pretty good to be honest. We'll try stepping it up. We'll see what happens if we go to a 1.5mm depth of cut. It's not a bad surface finish on there, and the end mill seems to be coping quite well with that. So we'll stick to a 1.5mm depth of cut for now. Right then, that's our first chunk of metal all machined out now, and that is now ready for next week when we come back to come in with one of these 60-degree dovetail cutters and cut our dovetail into there. So I need to now get on and do that other bit. I think I'm going to end the video there because it's at a quite good position now to come in next week. In the meantime, I'm going to be getting rid of this other chunk of metal back here, and then next week when we're in, we can do both the dovetails and drill out this hole ready for the piston. Thank you for watching this video today then, guys. Hope you're enjoying the tool post video build that we're doing at the minute, and don't forget to go check out the sponsor on the channel now, Steel City Gav, for any bar, round stock, square stock that you might need. He's a really good guy and gets some good prices over there. Other than that then, guys, have a good week, happy machining, and see you next time.